NDAs enforceable?
Where do you live?
In Texas?
How much money do you make?
Yeah, step right up.
Yeah, come on in, come on in.
That is a cute dog.
I can ask any question.
Anything you want.
Yeah.
Okay, are NDAs enforceable?
Where do you live?
In Texas?
How much money do you make?
That's a personal
Is it
question.
above, or below 152,000?
Above.
Okay. So they're more enforceable over 152,000. Texas makes them more enforceable generally. They have to be reasonable in scope, which is pretty wishy-washy. So, like for example, if you worked at a shoe store that only sold on Lower Greenville, someone can't sell shoes anywhere in the country. So that's an example of something being unreasonable in geographic scope. Yeah. So.
Okay.
Maybe hypothetically, and we'll blur your face, if you give us a little bit more meat on the bone. What are you trying to do versus what are you restricted from doing?
Okay, so it sounds like it's kind of a case by case.
It can be case by case.
You work for someone, you're trying to do something in the same industry, and you're employed by that person.
Is it competitive?
Not directly, but
Okay. Do you have to use any of your knowledge from within the company to do it, like secret knowledge
He's giving
within
you a
the
very
company?
lawyerly answer. So
No.
this is Bill. I'm Josh.
okay.
We're the hosts of a show called Hardly Legal.
Okay.
I'm hardly, he's legal. And
Okay.
so the reality of this is I've probably violated more NDAs than you, I feel. like,
Probably.
in my day. Yeah. So is it legal? And then is it enforceable? And then there's, can they prove it? And those are three different things, right?
Okay.
So what the NDA says is you can do very little or a lot, right? But then the enforceability is they have to prove that you did something, right?
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
When you say NDA, do you mean a non-compete?
Oh yeah, no, I mean a non-compete.
That's what I thought. That's what I
yes,
thought.
yes.
what I
Okay.
picked up
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we're on the same page
A
here.
lot of times they're combined together, right?
Oftentimes
Because
they
you
are.
have trade secrets or trade practices, and then on top of that, you also have, the same client list that you might have become familiar with. Do you have a sales role?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done sales things.
I would, as much as I am prone to breaking contracts. Sales roles are one of the ones where it seems to be the most enforced.
It can be most enforced, but
Yeah.
is the thing you're going to do part of that?
Not related.
Okay, so that's helpful. So those are going to be some of the factors. The further away it is from what you're doing, and again, it depends on the language. In Texas especially, non-competes are governed by the language itself in the agreement.
Wow, okay.
So you got to kind of say, what is this defining, and what am I outside, and how far away outside?
This all begins once you get caught.
Right. What if the company is based not in Texas?
That helps.
It helps, but it depends what the contract says because it might be governed by that other state or country's law, and that might be a little bit different as well.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's really case by case. You
It,
can't-
it can be case by case, yeah. It's highly dependent, especially in Texas. Other states like California, they have like basically no non-competes. Yeah, except if you sell a business,
Right.
that's it.
So let's say a non-compete, it's pretty obvious that there was no competition. Can a company still pursue litigation? Would they just for any reason?
Yeah, you could
Oh.
sue a ham sandwich. That doesn't,
Okay.
but it goes back to like, what is the person's motivation, right?
Okay.
So if I'm a large company and I start suing my fringe employees or former employees, that's gonna put everyone else on notice at the company. Hey, they're not really pro us, right? We have an
yes.
anti-workforce attitude. So
Got it.
again, and also if you're taking $5 million worth of Kentucky fried chicken recipes, if you're taking the stolen recipes
Right.
and you sell it to Popeyes,
Right.
they're gonna go after you.
If you're taking the client list and selling to the same clients
Yeah.
and something that's competitive and hurting the business, then
Right.
practically they're more likely to enforce it. But a lot of the times companies will go, okay, you're far enough away, it's not a big deal, even if they can enforce it because of the reason Josh said.
But if you like work for Payless Shoes and then you leave and you go over to Steve Madden Shoes, they're not gonna do anything. It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, great. Thank
Cool,
you so much.
thank you,
Have a
have a
good
good one.
You too.
Bye, pup.